So a lot of people come to me and they say, Lauren, I've been doing e-commerce and I'm happy with my paid ads or whatever, but I really want to improve my organic SEO. Tell me what to do. Well, this video is all about how to start and how to get going with search engine optimization for your e-commerce store. I've broken down this video into 3 different parts. In the first one, I'm going to talk about some typical measures of organic success or authority for your website. Then we're going to talk about how to create a focus for what you should do next for your SEO strategy. And then we're going to talk about the 2 different places where you can focus on your Shopify or Magento or whatever store so that you can make search engine optimization gains and get more organic traffic. So you have a sense of just how impactful SEO can be. This is an example of a client that I picked up about a year and a half ago. They were doing about 150 to 200K in revenue overall per month. And now we can see year to date, their SEO revenue alone is about 1.5 million. So organic traffic can have a huge impact on your site overall. And the way that you might hear about people talking about SEO, about websites, is that they have a domain authority score or a domain rating. This is a score from 0 to 100. And for example, Majestic is one that has a score for domains. TrustFlow is the quality of links generally. Citation flow is how many backlinks go to the site. You may have also heard of the Moz domain authority score. This is on an index from 0 to 100, with 100 being the highest and 0 being the lowest. So this is a client that I just picked up, and their domain authority is 8 out of 100. And then you may also hear some common tools that people talk about are SEMRush. This has an authority score of 14 out of 100. Or here is another one, Ahrefs. So Ahrefs, the domain rating is really the domain score, and that says it's an 8 out of 100. So to get from 0 to 10 is easier from getting from 10 to 20 because it's a logarithmic curve. So when you're down in the lower numbers, you're going to see a higher acceleration. And basically what this says is, how big are you as an authority? How much weight are you pushing around? You know, when you try to go after a domain or after a keyword and say, hey, I sell gold earrings and I want to be at the top of Google for gold earrings. Are you an 8 out of a 10, which is, maybe a small gorilla, or are you a 99 out of 100, which is the equivalent of like a HuffPost or something, which would be the 400-pound gorilla in the room. So now that you have a general sense of domain authority or domain ratings, or just the overall score of your website, let's go a little bit deeper into how you kind of want to start with this and how to think about SEO for your e-commerce store. So these numbers, they're not particularly important insofar as, if you have an 8 or a 5, you're a bad site or you're not going to get any traffic. Basically what it says is if you have a lower score, you can't compete as heavily with the bigger, sites. But if you have a higher score, you can. So your score is going to increase as you rank for more keywords, as you get more backlinks, that kind of thing. But don't worry too much about these domain authority and backlinks and all of this. But really what you want to focus on is, you'll look at those things and at your keyword rankings. So for example, this is a paid tool, this Ahrefs, but you can see that this BonnieJennifer.com is ranking for a certain number of keywords. So for example, there are 20 people a month who are searching for Bonnie Jennifer jewelry. And the KD, that's keyword difficulty. So that's also out of 100. So it's 0 out of 100. That's a very easy search term to rank for. We're ranking number 1. So, if you Google Bonnie Jennifer jewelry, we're going to show up number 1 as our organic search result. And these numbers actually fluctuate. So for example, if you were to Google the same term 100 times in a span of 60 seconds, you may not always, your position won't be locked. And that's because Google is testing and time sharing with different websites to see, what should the Google algorithm return. So, something like Black Star earrings also has a volume of 100, a keyword difficulty of 0. We're ranked number 8 because our site probably isn't optimized for that term specifically. But so what we would do to get that, higher up on that page is, let's just Google that and see what does Google want to show. So Etsy is showing up, Amazon, and then already we can see that, this personalized patriotic celestial earring, that's not even a black earring yet, right? So Google isn't finding exactly black earrings. So what we would do is then optimize our page. So our goal when we are looking for opportunities is to look for these higher volume, lower difficulty terms where Google doesn't necessarily have a lot of good search results to put in that place. So that is the name of the game in the beginning. And there are different tools that can help you identify that. Ahrefs and SEMRush tend to be my favorites. The SEMRush equivalent of that is you would type in the domain name and then go to the organic search traffic, and then they would show you here these keywords, and then your position, which is where you are on the search engine results page, the amount of traffic you're getting as a result of that position, and then the search volume and the keyword difficulty. You're going to notice that SEMRush has higher search volumes almost always than Ahrefs, and that the positions are going to be different, and that the keyword difficulties are always going to rank a bit higher in SEMRush. It's going to seem like it's a lot more difficult than Ahrefs. You will build a tool or become familiar with a specific tool, decide what you like, and you'll get a sense of, okay, these are my keyword terms. If I see something in this range, I'm going to be able to rank for it. So when you are looking or evaluating an SEO partner, or you're figuring out what you're doing and you want to monitor success, you're going to look at domain authority, those first 3 scores that we showed you, the keyword ranking for specific terms. As you go after, you say those Black Star earrings, you're going to look and you're going to see, did we move from position 8 to position 2? And then what traffic did we get as a result? And so that's good. And then you're going to want to look roughly at backlinks. And that is because there are 2 different ways to rank for something according to Google, kind of groups. And one is the off page, which is backlinks, and the other is the on page, which is, what is the content on the page when the bots are coming, what do they see? So the way that you can see that is in SEMRush, you would go to, I'm just loading this so that while things are loading, you would go here to this backlinks. And what's important to consider in backlinks is, what is the authority of the site that you're placed on? And also, is it relevant? So for example, something, if I'm a jewelry site, a backlink from a jewelry site or a shopping or something like that is going to be more valuable than a backlink from, say, a car repair website. Or even a car repair blog post. So you want to think about relevance in terms of the page, as well as the site or the surrounding content, as well as, what is that site? Is it a quality site or maybe not so quality? So then backlinks and Ahrefs look a little bit similar. They show you the domain rating, and what is that keyword ranked for. So for example, if I wanted to rank for black earrings and it was difficult, I might be able to get an article on, let's say bustle.com, which is for, a website more for women, and maybe about, the best black star earrings that you could ever own. And then, that would rank for you and bring traffic to you. So it's a little bit of a strategic game here. And then the last way to look at this, and this is actually my favorite way to look at the effectiveness of SEO, is what is the revenue that any search traffic is bringing you. So you definitely want to focus on those metrics. I look at all four, but revenue is going to be the most important, followed by traffic and keyword ranking, and then you'll see backlinks and domain authority kind of raise naturally with the tides as you succeed. So now let's talk about what to do with all this information. So I like to think of two different points of momentum that really triggers that you can pull. One is you can start by saying, all right, I'm in Google Analytics, and what are the pages that are literally getting zero search traffic, and then focus on that. Or you can say the opposite, what's kind of getting some traffic, and how do I optimize those pages so that they get more traffic? So the goose egg strategy is the first one, where you would say, I have 30 pages, 100 pages, 500 pages, they're all getting zero traffic. What keyword should I start with and try to get them to rank for? And then the second one I'm going to talk about a little bit more here, which is you have a little bit of momentum and you don't quite know what to do, and you kind of want to find a little place a toehold to place your eggs in your basket or whatever. So in this one, I looked at, you go into your Google Analytics, acquisition channel, and then you go to the organic search channel grouping, and you can get a sense of what are the pages that are bringing you organic traffic. Similarly, you can go to search.google.com. You'll want to set up Google Search Console, and you can get a sense of and both of those tools, Analytics and Search Console, are free. What are the terms that are ranking? So here we have star earrings again. What this says is that 271 people, they searched star earrings, and as they were going through, they found us at some point. So, here we're not on page 1, but at some point that was us, and one of those people said, ooh, that's the one for me, and clicked on our search result. And again, that's an organic search, not an ad. Ads won't go into Search Console. So I can see here something is ranking. Well, let me look. Okay, it's these 4-way black crystal star earrings. So then I would go and I would say, all right, how do I optimize this page for this term? So then you would, black star earrings. Let's just go to that page on our site. So here we are on the page. Black crystal star earrings. So this is our page, like our title, And I might actually change this to black star earrings because we saw earlier in the video that more people were searching for black star earrings. And then you have your page copy, which you would want to optimize, your meta title, your meta description. I have videos in the Shopify playlist if you want to get into the strategy and tactics specifically of optimizing your page for specific search terms once you've identified them. So then after you optimize the on-page SEO, you're going to want to move to off-page. So here are some things you can dive into when you're in the on-page. And again, the reason why we focus on both is because Google is about having as many factors as possible. So you can work on your metadata, you can work on your schema, and you can work on your product descriptions, your page titles, any of all of that will help. And then off page, it's getting relevant people to search or to link to your Shopify page that you want to rank for. So after that's over, you can get a sense of, you can go to any page and let's see. So you can say, all right, I want to know what are the people who have backlinked to this here page. So not every backlink will show. There we go. There's nothing for this domain or URL, which means, okay, like I need to make Google aware of this somehow. So there's lots to learn, lots to go with, but really you want to focus on these main metrics. And if you're hiring anyone for SEO, you want to make sure that they're focusing on these main metrics, and especially that they're proving out that they're bringing you more revenue as a result of the investment. And sometimes, yes, SEO takes time, but they want to get you wins, and you want to make sure that they're very clear about the timelines that they say that they can bring these wins to you. And then you're going to want to make sure that, are they using the some traffic or no traffic philosophy to give you, either a cleanup, or this rule of 3 is I like to kind of focus on 3 or 4 keywords where I can start, get a little bit of momentum, get things going, cooking up, and then move on. And then start, get you ranking, number 1, number 2, move on, and so then you're basically, you're taking and grabbing more and more land in the Google search results. So if you want to get started with that Shopify SEO, check out the playlist, subscribe to this video or to this channel, comment below with any questions you have about running or growing your e-commerce website. And I would love to help you. If you have SEO questions, feel free and drop a question below. And I hope you enjoyed this video and you found you get some use out of it. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks again. Bye.